Why settle for cookie-cutter holiday decor when you can whip up cheerful treasures from bits and bobs around the house? Upcycled DIY Christmas decorations bring more than charm. They save money, reduce waste, and add personal sparkle to every corner. Imagine turning old sweaters, jars, and leftover fabric into festive showstoppers. No need to break the bank or hunt for rare supplies. These creative projects invite you to roll up your sleeves, laugh at small mistakes, and craft memories that last long after the tinsel's packed away. Twine-wrapped cone trees offer a cozy farmhouse vibe without costing an arm and a leg. Grab some scrap cardboard, wrap it with twine, and perch each tree on a simple wood slice. The result? Earthy, festive decor that's easy enough for kids but polished enough for a holiday centerpiece. Rustic star toppers add a finishing touch without being flashy. Try using cinnamon sticks, popsicle sticks, or even old clothespins to form stars. This project saves money, cuts waste, and lets creativity run wild. Just don't expect perfectly uniform results. Each tree will have its own charm, imperfections, and all. Grab a mason jar, add a few pine cones and cinnamon sticks, and you're halfway to a cozy winter lantern. Placing a tea light inside casts a warm, flickering glow that makes any room feel festive. Who knew leftovers from nature walks and kitchen cabinets could create such stunning seasonal decor? This project isn't just easy, it's affordable and eco-friendly. Why buy plastic decorations when you can reuse jars and foraged items? However, watch open flames near dry pine cones. Opt for battery tea lights if you want peace of mind. No one wants the fire department to crash Christmas dinner. Stacking tin cans to craft Christmas trees is both eco-friendly and budget-conscious. Paint each can with retro holiday patterns. Think polka dots, candy stripes, or snowflakes. This project turns kitchen cast-offs into eye-catching decor. Plus, kids love helping with the painting, making it a family affair. However, balance creativity with practicality. Lightweight cans may topple if stacked too high, so consider glue or double-sided tape for stability. Repurposing materials in this way adds a fun twist to your seasonal setup while preventing extra waste from hitting the bin. That's a win-win for your wallet and the planet. Mini Christmas trees made from fabric scraps and buttons add playful charm to your holiday decor. Instead of tossing old shirts or linens, cut them into triangles and stack them by size. Secure each layer with a button on top. This project saves money and reduces waste. Win-win, right? Let's be honest, these trees won't fool anyone into thinking you bought them at a fancy shop. But the quirky mix of fabrics and colors sparks conversation. Kids can help choose the scraps, making it a family project. You'll create memories, not just decorations. Isn't that what the season's about? Old wooden ladders can become stunning Christmas trees with just a sprinkle of creativity. Wrap string lights around each rung, then hang small glass jars with tea lights for a cozy glow. This setup doesn't cost much, yet it creates a warm, rustic vibe that store-bought trees rarely match. Safety is key. Use battery-operated candles instead of real flames to avoid any fire risk. Add pine cones, ribbons, or ornaments for extra charm. This project is simple, adaptable, and perfect for small spaces. Plus, it gives new life to something that might otherwise gather dust in your garage. Old sweaters sitting in your closet? Turn one into a cozy wreath. Cut the sleeves, wrap them around a foam ring, and glue in place. Add plaid ribbon for a classic touch. Pine sprigs give it that winter charm. This project saves money and keeps waste out of landfills. Some sweaters fray or unravel, making things tricky. Try working with thicker knits or using fabric glue for edges. Don't fuss over perfection. Quirky bits add real character. Friends might even ask where you bought such a creative piece. Isn't that the best compliment? Old book pages can be rescued from the recycling bin and given new life as angel ornaments. Carefully fold the pages accordion style, then pinch the center and tie with twine. Add a wooden bead for the head and a simple bow on top. Suddenly, forgotten words become festive conversation starters. This craft is simple and inexpensive, but looks charming on any tree. The delicate wings catch the light, and the rustic twine adds a homespun touch. Just watch out. Book lovers might cringe at tearing pages, so pick damaged volumes or thrift store finds that are past their prime. Cork star garlands with red berries and evergreen twigs bring a rustic twist to holiday decor. Save your old wine corks, slice them, and cut star shapes. Thread each star, spacing them with bursts of red berries and bits of pine. It's simple, affordable, and makes your tree look charmingly cozy. Don't worry if your stars aren't perfect. A few rough edges just add character. Use fishing line for a nearly invisible string or twine for a farmhouse vibe. Just check that your berries are non-toxic if you have pets. This project proves that festive doesn't have to mean expensive or wasteful. Old glass bottles make resourceful vases for holiday cheer. Give them a quick wash, then fill with clipped pine or eucalyptus. A dusting of white spray paint or Epsom salt creates a snowy, frosted effect. No fancy supplies needed. The results look festive, yet cost almost nothing. Why spend on store-bought centerpieces? These upcycled vases add rustic charm and reduce waste. Friends might even ask where you found them. Just watch out, glass can be fragile, especially with kids or pets nearby. Place them out of reach, and you'll have both style and peace of mind. Old packaging materials are a goldmine for Christmas crafts. Grab cardboard, cut into triangles, and stand them up to form mini forests. Painting each tree in pastel shades mixed with a bit of metallic paint adds a playful shimmer. The result? Surprisingly chic holiday decor that costs pennies. Cardboard is sturdy yet easy to shape, making it ideal for experimenting. Want a rustic feel? Stick to muted colors. Prefer modern? Go bold with metallics. Some may find the process messy, but that's half the fun. Kids can help. Mistakes are hidden by the paint, and creativity is the real star. Old wood rounds from a tree trimming or leftover lumber can steal the show on your holiday table. Arrange a few pillar candles on each round, then scatter in pine cones, dried orange slices, or sprigs of rosemary. The warm glow and earthy scents invite guests to linger and share stories. This approach is kind to both your wallet and the planet. No need for anything fancy. Imperfections add character. Just be sure to keep flames clear of flammable accents. Who knew holiday elegance could be as simple as a walk in the backyard and a rummage through your kitchen drawer? Turning old wine corks into a festive ornament wreath takes little more than hot glue, a handful of gold bells, and some tartan ribbon. Arrange corks in a circle, glue them together, then tuck bells and bows throughout. The result? A rustic centerpiece with a story and zero guilt. Why buy plastic when you can upcycle last year's celebrations? This wreath keeps waste out of landfills and adds character to your holiday decor. Plus, every cork holds a memory. Imperfection adds charm. No need to stress if each cork sits a bit askew. That's part of the fun. Save empty tin cans from your kitchen and give them a second act as festive luminaries. Simply fill each can with water, freeze, and use a hammer and nail to punch snowflake patterns into the metal. Add a tea light inside. Voila! Your porch glows with homemade winter charm. This project is wallet-friendly and eco-conscious, but be ready for some noisy hammering. Kids can help sketch the designs, but adults should handle the punching. The result? Cheerful holiday decor that costs next to nothing and helps keep cans out of landfills. Give an old sweater a second act by wrapping it around plain baubles. Cut the fabric, wrap, and secure with glue. This simple trick adds warmth and texture. Add thin ribbon and faux pearls for a playful vintage flair. Guests might ask where you bought them. Let them guess. Using sweater scraps means less waste and lower costs. Choose bold or muted colors based on your vibe. Remember, these homemade ornaments can fray or sag if not handled gently. Still, the charm of handmade beats perfection. Who knew last winter's fashion faux pas could steal the holiday spotlight? Old driftwood branches can be turned into charming mini Christmas trees. Stack pieces by size, glue them together, and you have an instant rustic centerpiece. Add felt pom-poms for a playful pop of color. Kids love helping with this part. It's a cheap, earth-friendly project that sparks conversation. However, sourcing driftwood may take effort if you're landlocked. Always clean and dry it well before crafting. Some branches might be oddly shaped, so patience is needed. Still, the funky, handmade look beats plastic ornaments any day. Try mixing pom-pom colors or even stringing fairy lights for extra cheer. Old magazines collecting dust? Turn them into festive stars. Cut strips, fold, and shape them into 5-point stars. Thread the stars onto rough twine for a look that's simple yet striking. This project saves paper, costs next to nothing, and adds handmade charm with minimal fuss. Some magazine pages bleed color or tear. Pick thicker, glossy covers for best results. Let kids help. Imperfection just adds character. Hang your garland on the mantle, tree, or even outdoors. Why buy mass-produced garlands when you can craft something with real personality? Old glass jars often gather dust in cabinets, but they can become charming Christmas snow globes. Fill them with a sprinkle of fake snow, a tiny house, and a bottle brush tree. Suddenly, you've created a whimsical winter scene. This craft saves money and keeps glass out of landfills. Making these snow globes is quick, even for beginners. Use hot glue to secure your miniatures inside the jar lid. Add a dash of glitter for extra sparkle. The only catch? Some jars may leak if not sealed well, so test with water before adding decorations. Old sheet music can sing a new tune as charming Christmas tree ornaments. Roll strips into cones, secure them with glue, and wrap their bases with scraps of vintage lace. The result feels both nostalgic and creative, perfect for music lovers or anyone tired of mass-produced decorations. These ornaments aren't just easy, they also spark conversation. Imagine explaining to a guest, that angel's skirt used to be Beethoven. However, delicate lace may fray, so handle with care. Try mixing different music genres for a quirky, eclectic look that brings out your tree's character. Patchwork fabric ornament balls let you turn old clothes or fabric scraps into festive decorations. Cut small pieces, stitch or glue them onto foam balls, and add a ribbon loop. This project reduces waste and gives your tree a splash of color. Plus, it's a hands-on activity for kids or adults. While these ornament balls bring warmth and character, fuzzy seams can look messy if you rush. Take your time with the fabric edges for a neater finish. Want extra flair? Mix patterns boldly. Even that polka dot shirt you hated could shine. Isn't it satisfying to make something so cheerful from leftovers? A pine cone and cinnamon stick tree centerpieces make any table feel inviting. Gather pine cones from your yard, stack them in a tree shape, then bind with cinnamon sticks using twine. Place on a wood slice for rustic flair. The scent of cinnamon adds warmth, but allergies may be an issue for some guests. These centerpieces are inexpensive and eco-friendly. Children enjoy assembling them, and you can customize with paint or glitter. The only downside? Pine cones can be messy, so shake out loose debris before bringing them indoors. Add a tiny ribbon or star on top for a cheerful finish. Recycled paper snowflakes add charm to any space and cost next to nothing. Grab old magazines, junk mail, or leftover wrapping paper. Cut out squares, fold, snip, and let creativity lead the way. String them onto yarn for garlands or tape them on windows. Kids love the process. Adults appreciate the savings. These snowflakes aren't perfect, but that's the joy. Each piece has its own character, some lopsided, some intricate. Collect a handful, and suddenly your living room looks festive without buying a thing. The only real downside? Sweeping up paper scraps afterward. But isn't that a fair trade for eco-friendly, handmade decor? Old sweaters often gather dust, but their sleeves can be snipped and stitched into festive Christmas stockings. Adding buttons from your sewing kit transforms each stocking into a conversation starter. Why buy generic when your tree can hang stockings with quirky flair and a dash of nostalgia? Making these stockings is simpler than you think. Cut the sleeve, sew one end closed, and decorate with buttons in unexpected patterns. You'll cut down on waste while creating decor that tells a story. This project suits beginners and kids, but uneven stitching might add unintended charm. Wine corks, usually tossed away after a holiday toast, can become charming Christmas trees with just a bit of glue and imagination. Stack them in a pyramid, add a dab of hot glue, and pop red beads on as ornaments. Suddenly, yesterday's leftovers brighten up your mantle. This craft is budget-friendly and eco-conscious, but let's be real, not everyone has a stash of wine corks handy. Ask friends or check local restaurants if you're short. The result? Each tree has its quirks, making your holiday decor truly personal and a conversation starter. Why let old jewelry collect dust when it can crown your Christmas tree with sparkle? Odd earrings, broken brooches, and tangled chains can be glued onto a cardboard star or cone. The result? A glimmering topper with personality, far more interesting than anything mass-produced. This approach costs nothing but a little glue and imagination. It turns sentimental scraps into conversation starters. However, be mindful. Heavy pieces may need extra support, and hot glue can be unforgiving on delicate gems. Still, the sparkle and story each piece brings far outweighs the minor effort. Old tin cans make perfect bodies for Santa figurines. With a bit of red felt for the hat and fluffy cotton for the beard, you can turn yesterday's soup can into a festive character. Kids love helping, and you're rescuing materials from the trash, double win for creativity and the planet. However, those sharp can edges need attention. Sand them smooth or cover with tape before decorating. Nobody wants a holiday injury. Use hot glue for felt and cotton, but supervise children. These Santas add homemade charm to a mantle or table, and you save money on store-bought decorations. Cardboard often ends up in the recycling bin, but have you tried turning it into festive star mobiles? Cut simple star shapes, layer them for depth, and brush on a bit of silver paint. Hang them by a window. They catch the light, bringing a cheerful, crafty vibe to any room. Making these mobiles is quick, family-friendly, and cheap. Old boxes work fine, no fancy supplies needed. One downside, cardboard can bend if it gets damp, so keep your creations indoors. Still, the end result is surprisingly elegant for such humble materials. Give it a shot. Your holiday guests will ask where you bought them. Think old jeans are destined for the landfill? Think again. Denim pockets make perfect advent calendar pouches. Hang each pocket on twine, label with numbers, and fill with treats. It's easy, low cost, and gives your home a rustic edge. Kids love the daily surprise. Plus, you're cutting down on waste. Not every pocket is the same size, so flexibility is your friend. Use clothespins or safety pins for quick attachment. The look is casual, some might call it imperfect chic. If you prefer symmetry, this idea might frustrate you. But if you embrace quirkiness, you'll find charm in every uneven line. Old light bulbs can become quirky reindeer ornaments with a few brown pipe cleaners and a splash of creativity. Wrap pipe cleaners around the top for antlers, add a red nose, and draw eyes with a marker. Suddenly, you're saving bulbs from the landfill and spreading cheer. This project costs next to nothing and suits all ages. Kids can join in, making each decoration slightly different, some even hilarious. Just watch out for glass. Supervise little hands closely. Who knew household junk could bring such personality to your Christmas tree? Who knew that old jar lids could become rustic Christmas ornaments? Grab some acrylic paint, a bit of twine, and let your imagination run wild. Transform those metal circles into tiny canvases. Think reindeer, snowflakes, or simple geometric shapes. This project costs next to nothing and gives your tree real character. Keep in mind, jar lids can be a bit heavy for smaller branches. Try using smaller lids or reinforce your tree with sturdier branches. Kids love getting involved, so let them paint their own designs. You'll end up with ornaments full of stories, not just store-bought gloss. Rummage through your sewing box. Those leftover fabric scraps can become a cozy, farmhouse-inspired wreath. Frayed edges bring a charming rustic feel that store-bought options rarely match. Tie strips around a wireframe. Don't fuss about perfection. Unevenness adds warmth. It's budget-friendly, personal, and refreshingly imperfect. Yet, stray threads might shed, so hang your wreath somewhere low traffic. If you crave crisp lines or hate vacuuming, this style may not suit you. But for anyone craving homey, lived-in charm, this project turns waste into warmth. No crafting degree required. Wooden spools can be transformed into festive garlands with a dash of paint and a little creativity. Paint simple trees, snowflakes, or stars on each spool. String them together with twine. Suddenly, your leftover craft supplies become a conversation starter strung across your mantle or window. One thing to watch out for: paint can flake if applied too thick or without primer. Use thin layers and let each dry before adding details. This project is budget-friendly and great for kids. If your painting skills are shaky, stencils help. Who knew old thread spools could charm so much? Upcycled DIY Christmas decorations bring a fresh twist to holiday cheer. Why spend big when you can craft magic from what's already at home? A stack of tin cans, a pile of old sweaters, even wine corks, almost anything can spark creativity. So grab your glue gun and let your imagination run wild. Each project offers a chance to make memories and express your style. Ready to sprinkle some handmade charm on your festivities? Your one-of-a-kind Christmas awaits, and your recycling bin might just thank you.